All right, we're going to get started.
Hot take, your hair's better.
You guys are here for Door Knocking 101. All right. Yeah, door knocked like twice in my life, and it was terrible. All right, so today our talk is about using AI to supercharge your social media. I love the events team. They made that title for us. I was like, we're going to talk about like AI and social. They're like, yeah, that's a shitty title. If you don't like vulgarities, I'm sorry. I'm the only one that'll use them. Josh is a man of God, and I'm a degenerate. Well, today, we're talking about three things. We're talking about strategy. Oh, no. Oh, God. We're talking about... All right, we're talking about strategy, leverage, and conversion. First off, we're going to introduce ourselves. My name is Katie Day. Thank you. Real estate agent, run a team in Houston, Texas.
Josh Rogers in Jacksonville and St. Augustine.
Bill Olson in Charleston, South Carolina. Come on!
I wish we had like a noise meter so we could be like, who do you like best? Bill Olson. Are you recording us right now with your glasses? No? All right. Okay, so who here is familiar with the content that we create? All right, who here isn't? Is anyone not familiar? Is anyone that's raising their hand like a few people here did, and I know that they're full of it? Okay, so we're gonna talk a little bit about the social proof. I wanna talk about the context that this works. So our content, like we're gonna talk about strategy and conversion. For me, I had a poll that I posted on June 12th. On July 8th, I got an email inquiry from the same person. July 14th, we went on a listing consultation. July 31st, the listing went live. August 18th, it went under contract. September 23rd, closed and funded. Bill, what about you? Are you available?
Yeah, so I got this DM on, I believe it was September 1st, and the lady just said, hey, this is a cold DM. Like, I never talked to her before. She said, I have some long-term rental properties I want to talk to you about. We scheduled a call. We currently have 5 of them listed. She has 60 of them that we're looking to get rid of. And that was all just from a cold DM from doing this content because she trusted me.
All right, so little context on how it works. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, if you are not familiar with the content, we're going to show you real quick what it is. Let's see if this plays.
Charleston.
Houston.
Jacksonville.
Charleston.
Sugar Land.
Duval County is
Charleston.
Houston.
Jacksonville.
Fort Bend County.
Jacksonville.
Charleston.
Downtown Jacksonville.
Houston.
Charleston International Airport just added nonstop flights to Bermuda. So starting on April 19th, Bermuda Air will be flying a Saturday-only flight from Charleston to Bermuda's L.F. Wade Airport. The flight leaves Charleston at 5:30 p.m. and arrives at 7:40, and return flights arrive back in Charleston at 4:45. That means the Pink Sands and Blue Waters are only 2 hours away. And the best part is this is not a seasonal flight, and it will be year-round. I think this is a great addition to the growing number of nonstop destinations out of Charleston, and we can probably expect to see many more in the next few years as the airport expands. So tag the person below in the comments who you want to take your next trip to Bermuda with.
What if I told you Duval County is getting its very first lagoon community? That's right. Diamond Springs is coming to Normandy Boulevard on Jacksonville's west side, and it's bringing beach vibes without ever leaving town. Picture 2,700 new homes built by Leonard, D.R. Horton, Dreamfinders, and DRB Homes, all centered around a crystal clear man-made lagoon designed for kayaking, paddleboarding, and soaking up the sun. The first residents could move in by the end of this summer, with the lagoon expected to open to the public in 2027. And yes, it'll have walking trails, sports fields, and resort-style amenities too. It's like a slight
Charleston.
Houston.
Jacksonville.
Charleston.
Sugar Land.
Duval.
All right. We're not going to listen to my video. That's too much of listening to our voices. Bill.
So when we look at this, like, we want to know, like, why does this local content win? Because not everyone is like in the market to buy or sell a house. Like, they don't really care about your market reports and your real estate content, but we need to make stuff that is shareable and relevant every day, year round. And what we're doing is we're actually making more informed and better citizens in our local communities that is highly, highly shareable.
All right, let's talk strategy.
Let's rock and roll with strategy. All right, so we'll do a quick breakdown. The strategy is we start with you finding the news. So information where we're going to educate our audience and make them smarter. And like Bill said, it's all about shareable stuff that they're going to send to their spouses and their friends and neighbors. Find the news, and then once you get the news article, you're going to write the script. And Katie's going to go into some tools, and Bill, of how you actually write that script. It's going to be a 30 to 60 to 90 second script that you'll post in short form. And then record the video. Keep it simple. Use your phone. We all use our phones. And you also have some wonderful tools to make the recording process easier for you. And then you edit the video. Bill's a master of putting these videos together in a template in your car, right? Like you've got that dialed in so quickly and efficiently, because we don't want to get buried in the whole editing process. And then you post the video on social. So Instagram is our platform of choice. Marty's crushing on TikTok, so this works on that as well. And then, Eric Larkin is doing this on Facebook, and his shares are through the roof. Great job, Eric, running the same play. There we go.
I know that you guys probably came here thinking that we were going to go over how to do this, and he just went over that in like 17 seconds. So for those of you that are like, okay, well, like I needed to know how to, like Pritesh, but wait, there's more. We'll give you the entire strategy on how to do it with 2 videos, mobile and desktop, on how to edit and do all the things. So like as we gloss over things quickly, like we have lots of resources for y'all. So we're just trying to get through to the AI part that like was part of the title. So we got to fulfill our promise. All right, so we talked about the strategy. Let's talk about the leverage. So what we're going to talk about now is how we use AI to make this process more efficient, right? Like you could find an article, reword it, and script it all out yourself. But I don't know about you, but I don't write very well. I don't write good. Public school education. So first thing we do is I use a custom GPT to write my scripts. And so then all I need to do is copy paste the script into my custom GPT, and it writes me, or custom copy paste the article into the GPT, and it gives me a script, 30 to 90 seconds long. It also gives me a caption. You can create a custom GPT. You can also use my custom GPT. It's called the Local News Script Generator. And we'll give you a link to it. You can take a picture of the screen, but it's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get you anywhere. We'll get you the actual link to the GPT. But it's a great way when you use a custom GPT. If you're doing something over and over again, you can create a custom GPT so that it always has the same instructions. Like I know sometimes if you just put something in a chat GPT and then you start another conversation and ask it to do the same thing, it like doesn't always give you the same result. And I don't know if you guys get frustrated with that. I know I do. You can use a custom GPT. If you're like, well, how the hell do I create a custom GPT? You literally can go into chat and say, hey chat, I'm trying to create a custom GPT for insert thing here. So whether it's creating news article scripts, whether it's automating something that you do day in and day out with your business, with your team, with your clients, things like that, it will tell you exactly how to write the things for the role and the tasks that it needs to do. So you don't actually have to know how to create it. You just ask it what it needs to create it, and it'll tell you. It's great.
Yeah, so a big part of, the tip of this arrow for the local news is finding the actual local news and articles. Bill's probably the best at this. He gets like the best stuff. He dives deep. For me, I didn't want to continue to search and scan the news websites and the Facebook groups, which are great places for you to find breaking news. So we created a custom GPT. A lot of our friends in here was part of forming that holy grail GPT. And it starts with the word fetch. I wasn't able to teach my dog how to fetch, so I figured I would teach chat how to fetch. And we just use this one-word prompt, fetch. And when we do that, chat does deep research to scour all the news articles and the contents that I've directed it to make sure there's no duplicates. It goes over the past 24 hours in our local market under the certain categories that we want it to focus on. Some of those categories are what's new, what's coming, what's new, what's changing, nothing that's negative and nothing that's controversial. And it delivers an email of the news articles for me at 8 a.m. in my inbox. And the only part of the process that we have is just looking at chat's recommendations of the news sources, and we just choose 1, 3, and 4, and then it forms the script to be able to feed to the rest of the process.
If all of that seemed like Latin, we're going to give you the prompt.
We call it the Holy Grail prompt. You guys are going to get all of it. All you have to do is just copy it and paste it in.
Now, when we talk about AI, like everyone inherently just like ChatGPT, ChatGPT, ChatGPT. Has anyone ever used Notebook LM from Google? Like 7 of you. Okay, so this is like my secret weapon here, because a lot of the large language models, especially ChatGPT, inherently they just kind of want to fill in any blanks. And they'll go out into the web and fill it in for you without even telling you sometimes. So what Notebook LM does is it is a source-based language model. So you feed it the sources, and it will only answer your questions based on the sources that you give it. So for me, my kind of holy grail of information comes from public meetings. City council, county council, committee meetings. I can feed the video and the transcript into Notebook LM and ask it a million questions, and within 3 minutes, I can have a 4-hour design review board meeting broken down into 5 different videos that I can make without having to sit through a 4-hour council meeting, which are boring as hell.
Show of hands. Is there anyone here in the room that has been recording the sessions or taking voice memos of the sessions? Okay, of the 12 people that have their hands up, who here actually watches those videos when they go home? 1, 2, half of you?
Liars.
Right? So like we all do it, right? You record the session, you voice memo it, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna review my Tom Ferry notes, I'm gonna review my Rise notes after the conference, and like you never actually re-listen to the video. You can take those voice recordings and drop them into Notebook LM and have this whole thing where you can ask questions to it about things that happened while you were at Rise.
And it's not just those notes, it's if your city comes out with like their comprehensive plan, which is usually like 150 to 200 page PDF, and if there's any videos that go in, if you have a Google Workspace, you can upload up to 300 sources per notebook for one subject, and it will combine them all and all of that knowledge together, and it's unstoppable at that point to just ask it questions, and it will only go to those sources. Oh, HOA docs? Yes, 100%. Anything that you want, just upload it and just talk to it. It's great.
This was supposed to be the punchline of the event, but Josh.
So all
Kinda
of my
spoiled it
videos,
yesterday.
yeah, sorry about
Josh
that.
spoiled this yesterday.
So these two are just masterful. They're brilliant marketers and strategy, and I've just modeled their strategy. Oh, and by the way, they like execute. Their consistency and level of work is out of this world, far beyond my capability or my desire. And so I was like, okay, like I love this, but I can't hang with them. So I need to find leverage in other ways that can free up my time, because you guys know we have 8 kids. They're in the animal kingdom right now. And so time is the resource that I need to help with. So all of my videos, over 538 videos on just one channel, are all AI. And so, I'm sorry, Bill. He's like, yeah, man, I took a break shooting videos this week because we're here. And I said, well, we posted 8 unique videos yesterday, 8 unique videos today, and we just do it every single day, no days missed. And that's just on one of our 3 channels, not including our 3 YouTube channels. And so what we've done is created this brilliant marketing strategy, and then we just built a machine around it to scale that allows me to just get more mental capacity back and just have a little more breathing room. Now, AI is not for everyone, and I would not recommend that you don't have to choose all or nothing, but if you do love shooting videos, keep shooting videos. There's nothing better than the real thing. That's a fact, all right? So a real video versus the AI, go with the real video if you enjoy it and you have the time. But if you're at that point of like, something's got to give, maybe you begin to take baby steps into supplementing just a little AI to get a little bit more margin in your world, in your space, in your business. And you guys saw that workflow yesterday. Whenever we have the resources today that we're going to give you, I'll also give you my workflow for building the HeyGen, the avatar, the voice clone, and then modeling it through a template that then you post it on one platform, it shoots it out to all the others, and the ultimate unlock is having a virtual assistant. So I have a virtual assistant that we pay $3 per reel, and that's from the creation of finding the article, writing the script, writing the caption, generating the avatar, cloning my voice, creating the template, getting the B-roll, and posting it on all platforms, $3 per reel.
She has no time, man. She has no time. She's doing more than 8 videos. That's just one channel, Brad. It's not time for questions, sir. All right.
Real quick, I do want to add, like, when
Simmer down, Brad. Simmer down.
we're all doing this with different levels of business as well. Like they both run teams because I'm a solo agent with a transaction coordinator doing all of this. So don't look at us up here like, well, they have these teams and they have people going out there and doing all of this for them. Guys, it's just me. So don't think at any point that you can't do this if you don't have a team or you don't have support.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's for you, Bill. That clapping is for you. All right.
That was ad-libbed.
Let's talk about making money. I thought that would get a clap. I got
'cause
one woo.
Josh has to pay his VAs.
All right. Hopefully you guys can fill in the blank. All conversion happens in conversation. Let's go. Yes. Okay. So the best way to create conversation on social platforms is through stories, right? Like, no one really is going to comment on your post and say, "Hey, Adam, this is a really great post. I need to buy a house." Right? Because Adam probably knows 5 other realtors, and so like commenting on my post saying they want to buy a house is gonna like make it really awkward with our friends at happy hour. So using stories is a great way to create conversation with people. We have deemed these locals only polls, right? So is anyone here from Texas? Thank you, Jenna. I heard Tammy over there. Two voices I'm familiar with. HEB in Texas is the greatest grocery store that's ever been made. It's amazing. It's got an amen. The tortillas are great, yep. So in Houston, I did this post. If you were moving to Houston, would you want to be closest to? And I put 4 options. One of them is HEB, right? When people, this is on my story, right? People can vote on this poll. When they vote on this poll, then I'm able to DM them and say, why in the would you ever choose Walmart? You know? Or like HEB, amazing. What's your favorite product? Tortillas, right? It's a great way to be able to create conversation with people in a very fun way, and it gets to start to train them to engage on your story and engage with you, and it gets you in DM conversation with them, which then triggers the algorithm to be like, oh, these people clearly know each other because they're going back and forth. It's not just a heart or a fire emoji.
And then after that, now you've got all these reels that are building all of this trust and this authority. It's the jab, 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 right hook, right? So your local story polls and your local content is the jabs, but then you can come in with that right hook now that you've built all this trust, and you can do a poll like this to where, I don't think we have like how many people responded to this, but I typically get anywhere from 100 to 500 poll responses on my real estate related lead gen polls now, which means I have 100 to 500 DMs that I probably need your VA to help me with now, but this is that right hook. You've built that trust. You've built that authority. You know, we want people to know, like us, and trust us. Trust is the hardest. This builds in that trust.
And to piggyback this, this was not a ChatGPT poll. This was a Josh Rogers original.
My favorite. I don't even know if this man's real right now. I keep like, making sure.
This poll has been in every presentation.
Right? Yeah, man, this is my one-hit wonder. So how often do you check Zillow? Daily, 1 week, once a month, what's Zillow? And thanks for those throwaway questions. Those are the best. It was Bill's idea to always have the 4th question as a throwaway question, and believe it or not, like, people love it. The DM culture in Instagram it's like snarky and fun, and there's banter, and it's so conversational, whereas the other platforms, it's kind of weird whenever you're messaging someone or talking to someone you're not familiar with. But this is a hand raiser poll for absolutely, and in your archive, whenever you pull up the past poll, if you click on the top option, daily, it will bring up every account that voted daily, and right next to that account, it gives you the opportunity to send them a direct message. And so then we do have our VA go in and direct message each person. And it's not like, hey, you're looking daily, do you want to buy a house? No, it's like do the Instagram vibe banter. It's like, checking Zillow, are you snooping on, are you being a nosy neighbor? Or do you have an addiction we need to talk about? And those kind of messages come back and they're like, ha, ha, ha. And like immediately you become friends. And then it creates conversation to then lead towards more of a conversion conversation. And we have another one on the next one. This is another subtle right hook with a little breadcrumb. Would you buy a new house? Yep, already have. Yes, I want to pick out the options, colors. No, new construction is a hassle and stressful. I'd rather live in a van with my dog. 13% chose that. But this gives us, two legitimate poll options that we can click on and send DMs. So it's wonderful.
All right, another more direct real estate one from Bill.
So again, like he said, like put your personality into these. So this was one where I was just saying I'm going to onboard 2 to 3 clients. I DM'd more than 2 to 3 people from this. But again, this is a good example of that third throwaway answer because they have to vote to see the results. So you want them to engage with something because the more they engage, the more this goes out to people that are going to click one of those first 2. So you're really just fishing for engagement to get reach at that point, and it's a lot more fun than neither. I just want to see the results. Like, that's boring. Like, have some fun with it.
That's really good.
You're so fun, Bill. All right.
Some days.
So,
Can I just make a comment real quick? With these polls, I took Bill's polls and took screenshots, and I just fed it to ChatGPT, and I said, give me 50 of these. So for those few of you that are clever, good for you. I'm not clever or creative, so we just use this to model other people's polls. If you're wondering, so everybody follow Bill and get his polls, and then just ask GPT to make your version.
And if you're anywhere other than Charleston, Jacksonville, or Houston, just copy them.
all right. So
If
next,
you're in Charleston, that's the door back there. Bye, Will.
all right. So next up, what we're going to talk about is ManyChat, and so ManyChat is a. This is supposed to be a video. Sorry, hold on. Here we go. All right. So ManyChat is an automation software where you can comment a keyword, and it's going to take you through like a sequencing of questions. And so many times people use this. This is like a pizza. This is just from the ManyChat website. But here's a post that I had about Zoomies, a dog park bar. Memberships are open. Comment Zoomies, and I'll send you an exclusive code. So we've all had restaurants, bars, local businesses reach out for us to help to promote them. And so this is one that's a local bar we've covered multiple times that they're opening. They said, hey, we'd love to give your followers a discount code, an exclusive discount code if they sign up using it. So we sent out hundreds of the code to people, and the bar is really jazzed. And so this is what the DM looks like. Hey, if you head over to Zoomies website, here's the code.
How can they see this work?
We'll go into this. This is what the automations look like. Foreshadowing. All right. Make and Zapier, AI.
So a lot of this, like when you're getting these news articles and everything, like what I talked about, like going to the meetings and getting the meetings and taking it, there are automations that you can set up to do this. Now, this is a little bit more high level. This took me a while to figure out. So basically, here's my workflow to get the news. Every morning, an RSS feed triggers for 16 to 17 YouTube channels where these committee meetings are posted. If there is a new video within the last 24 hours, it goes into the next API and it pulls the transcript. It sends that transcript to ChatGPT. ChatGPT then turns it into a full outline for me, creates a Google Doc, and then I go on my Google Tasks, and there is a new Google Task for that meeting with a link to that Google Doc. I don't even have to go on YouTube and get distracted. I wake up, and it's there. I see what it is, and at that point, I can now take that video into Notebook LM and dive deeper, but now I know what I'm looking for. So this is how I do it without a VA. This automation for 1 year will probably cost me $250 for the year.
And you were saying you were getting like 60 potential listings
Yes.
from this?
Yes.
Cool.
More. I have another one listed right now, too. So there's 61 right now.
All right. So I know some of this stuff is difficult to show without a computer. So we have two things. One, next Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Real Estate Video Blueprint Marketing Mastermind call, we are going to be going over all of this stuff in detail. Questions, and all of that to like be able to share a screen, because like having a conversation here is really difficult to explain it. So join us on that. But if you DM Move Me to Texas, Jax with Josh, or Bill Olson, the Bill Olson, the Ohio State, the word RISE, RISE, DM us the word RISE, we'll send you all of the resources that we've talked about today. It's a whole website with all of the videos, all the how-tos, all of the
Custom GPT.
And choose wisely who you DM. It says a lot about you.
It's the same link. It's the same link. You don't need to
all the
DM all
same.
three of us. If you want to, that's fine. If you want to, that's fine. But it's the same link. Silence falls over the room.
Yeah, there's PDFs, videos. We have kind of everything. I would say if you're going to show up to the call on Monday, go through all of that first, because we'll probably reference back to it.
He's given homework.
I am.
All right, I think we have
I don't
time
want to
for
tell people on Monday, like, you should have watched this.
I want to emphasize Katie and Tim's call on Mondays. That's been the massive unlock for our business and our team for 2025, and it's a really fun, cool community. So 1 p.m. Eastern time on Mondays.
Thanks,
REVB.
All right, I think we have a couple minutes for questions. 4 minutes. Okay.
Any advice for folks that are mainly focused on agent attraction? What are you guys doing for that?
I mean, I think that the biggest attractor is production, right? So I don't know that you could do this and be like making videos about how great Reel is, right? And for agents to then follow, and so I think that doing something like this and creating business, if you're not in production, could be something that you're referring business out. I know like Raj Sahu in Austin, Texas, has built a really great business on YouTube and doing home tours, and he now is out of production and referrals out all of his all of the buyers that come in, right? So that's something that he's been able to leverage between, giving out referrals and that be a main source of income, and then also attracting those agents to Reel and being able to pour into the Reel community in Austin. So the biggest thing is, in my mind, is as far as an attractor, is production, is being able to, sell more homes, as opposed to creating content about how great Reel is. Which, post about it this week, post about the things. I think we all have, right? Because there's been so many great announcements, and it's been great being in community. But that would be my 2 cents.
And also, I'm going to ask Will back there, and you're not paying attention. So Will's in my market. Will,
he didn't leave?
Have you shared any of my videos on Instagram? Bullshit. Okay, that didn't work. The amount of agents that share my marketing is absolutely insane. That's like Coke being like, look at Pepsi's cool ad. They're doing something better than us.
They would never.
That's how you create those relationships with it. Your competitors are sharing your marketing. They're sharing how awesome you are. So that's super powerful.
So I know that AI doesn't search behind paywalls. Do you find that as a hold up for finding news or anything along those lines for your content?
Yeah. So it's interesting because the Jack's Business Journal, many cities have it. They have like micro, kind of feeder sites that they put their articles out on, that then drives everything back, and it grabs the headline, and that's all we need is the headline. So then my VA can just grab the link. Yeah, good question. And those paid paywall sites are incredibly valuable news sources.
Yes, I'd just like to hear you guys' daily schedule. You always talk about what you automate. What are you actually spending your time on, your high dollar time on?
I recently picked up pickleball, so that's been a lot of fun. No, so for me, from 8 to 10, almost every day is team-related activities and running the team. So that's daily huddles, role play, team meetings, things like that. I'm trying to pull myself completely out of production, but a little bit of production stuff, and then Zoom calls and attending them, hosting them, and Zoom calls with agents for the rest of the day, really, for me.
Wake up, take my kids to school, walk the dogs. But then I go into my tasks, I look what meetings were there, and I kind of plan out, okay, what do I need to dive into? And that does sometimes dictate my day, because some days there were 10 meetings the night before, and some days there were none. So that does kind of dictate how my day starts, and just be real good about batching the content. So if there was a heavy day, you're not posting 10 videos that day, but you've got 10 days of content to now fill up and go about and run your business and do all of that. But make everything easy. All my videos look the same. I can pretty much do it with my eyes closed now. So if breaking news does come, I pulled over to the side of the road, filmed a video in my truck, and had it out in 25 minutes before the newspaper posted something.
We have 8 kids and we homeschool. And so if anything's going to get done for me, it's going to get done before they wake up. I put my highest priorities in the morning, and then also front load my week. So Mondays and Tuesdays, those are, if it's very important, that's when it needs to happen. Largely speaking, Mondays is for any content that I do need to create. It lands on Monday because that's the best use of my time. I lead a team of 15 agents, and so as the rainmaker, I need to be out in front of everybody. We just have one meeting with our VA team on Wednesdays, and then it's just like pushing projects and initiatives forward. It's kind of like the ringleader, just making sure everything's moving forward. Sorry.
Susan says we're done. So Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, REVB Marketing Mastermind. Be there. It's in One Real Community. You guys should have,
Yay. Thanks.
It's the best. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.